Well, hi. Welcome back to Glitter 50. Oh, I forgot my eye drops. So, today is actually January 27th. Sorry if you're wheezy about this, but it's me getting ready. Today is January 27th, which it might be a little bit before you see this because I have other videos. Anyway, I was supposed to have surgery on Friday. Obviously. um, well, maybe not obviously to you. Today I'm using a different primer, by the way. I'm using the Shop Miss A Locked Eye Primer. It's new to me. This is the nude version. I've never used this before, so don't know how it's going to do. Anyway, so last week on Friday, I was supposed to have kidney surgery. They ended up changing the date because my doctor was going out of town for the weekend and did not want to do the surgery and then leave town and have something happen. So, as upsetting as that was, I understood his reasoning for it. My surgery is not the easiest of surgeries. It's actually um, one of the more it is the more complicated one out of the 3 surgeries that we had initially talked about for the kidney stones. Today I'm using an oldie but goodie. Oldie. I'm going to use the Twilight. They have a New Moon, ColourPop, and New Moon out. I'm going to be using the greens, and then this one. That one, just wait till you see it. It's just it's beautiful. It has all the little shifty, sparkly little, yeah. Anyway, brushes. I cleaned all my brushes this weekend. I'm going to be using the Lunar Beauty one, and I'm going to dip into this brown color just as a base. There. So, yeah, that was not the way I wanted this surgery to go or this weekend to go, but everything happens for a reason. So I did what I needed to do. I cleaned the entire house. Well, not everything. I within within my um energy level, I guess you could say, I did 2 loads of dishes. Well, I mean, I did dishes, we cooked, we ate. Well, I cooked, we ate. So it was, hold on, Grogu wants to come in now. Okay, now he's in. Um, but I did 2 loads of dishes. I did 3 loads of laundry. 3, 2, 2 loads of laundry. Washed, dry, folded, put away. I also, using my color switch, cleaned my brushes. Going into that lighter green color, but it isn't really a light green. That's why I didn't use it first, but maybe this isn't the right brush for what I want to do, but sorry, I need to move my mirror just a little. I just did a lot of work around the house. Oh, one of the things is I sleep, if you're looking at the bed, I normally sleep on the left side of the bed, but I'm going to have a bag out of my back, and our dogs sleep in the bed with us, and I normally sleep on my right side. Well, if I do that and the dogs are in the bed, there's a possibility that they could um, rip the bag out or, cause injury or whatever. And rather than have them be in, you know, in an area where they should not be, I just decided, well, we're just going to switch sides of the bed. So I changed the sheets on the bed, which, normal occurrence, and then switched sides for the time being, which I'm not liking. um, I don't like sleeping on that side of the bed anymore. It just doesn't feel right. Let's put it that way. Grogu, stop it. I'm going to use, this is a Blend Bunny brush, and it is a B1. It's just a little, yeah. And I'm going into the darkest green. What is that called? No, I can't even read it. It's dark print, but I know I need to get my eyes tested. But see, it's a dark green. Of course, now I feel like my eyes. So anyway, we switched sides of the bed. Not comfortable, but not forever. It's for 2 weeks, basically, until I get the thing out of my back, which happens this Friday, the 31st. It was supposed to happen last Friday, but it did not, like I said. So, yeah. So a couple of videos I've put up this week were about the Beautylish box, and I swore that I had too many products because I thought possibly I had gotten the XL, but I knew that I had only paid for the $75 one. Like, I was shocked with how much stuff that I got, and I've watched other people unboxing theirs, and some people were lucky and some people were not so lucky. They didn't like what they got in the bag, which, I mean, you don't get to choose. I'm going back into the lighter green with the bigger, fluffier brush, and I'm just going to buff. So, in the video, when I was recording it, I was super shocked at all the things that I was getting. And then I remembered that last year I had filmed a video prior to that where I had 5 items, and I thought those were the only 5 that I had gotten. And then I remembered, oh no, I had gotten 2 more items, but I don't use them. One of them was in a giveaway that I did. And that was a Viseart palette that I had gotten. And it's not that I don't like Viseart, it's just the colors that were in the Viseart palette were not speaking to me. I'm just blending. That did get rid of that green on this eye. Anyway, going back into that dark green to add it back in. So, and then there was a kitsch scrunchie. I remember because I watched other people opening theirs and I saw them get some Viseart and kitsch products and I was like, oh, 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 oh. I forgot I had gotten those. I'm going back into the darker green. I'm not going to blend right now with this. I'm just putting it on there because I want it darker, but we're just going to trust the process. So anyway, I did only spend $75. Sorry, I'm looking for a certain kind of brush right now. I put them all away and now I can't find. This is, it's an unearthly brush. They used to be called Alien, so it says Alien Cosmetics. It's a green one. I don't know if they sell brushes anymore. I think they have an orange set that might say Unearthly now. This is an A7. It's just a flat. I don't know if you can see that. But it makes it so it's easier to put this on. Anyway, so I did only get the $75 one, which was plenty for me. I've seen people unboxing the extra large and I was not impressed with what was in the extra large bags. I liked what was in my bag. I would not have spent $75 or $69 on a Natasha Denona palette. Not because I don't like her shadows, it's just not something I normally would do. I like indie brands. That's my thing. Even though today I'm using a ColourPop, which is more of a, they've become more of a mainstream brand. I'm going to use, oh, it is a dual chrome. Oh, Lion and Lamb, which is this color right here, but it switches from a blue to a green. Oh, I don't know if you can see the shift in that, but it is a very pretty color. And I'm getting a little bit of fallout, but that's okay. Such a pretty color. I didn't realize that this palette had this in it. I had never used it, which does not surprise me because I have so many palettes, which, okay, I'm switching, but let me go back to the lucky bag for just a second. Anyway, I was happy with my purchase and I did only pay the $75. But in the video, I kept saying how did I get the wrong size bag? I didn't. Now, I've also said that I'm not going to be purchasing a whole lot of makeup this year because one, right now, I can't afford it. I'm going into that other, oh, this is such a pretty color. I don't even know if you can see that. It's just got so many different little shifts to it. I don't even know if you can see it. There. So this year I'm going to use the makeup that I have. I'll be doing looks throughout the year, but I'm not going to be doing necessarily new palettes. Now, with that being said, ColourPop came out with a collection called the New Moon from the Twilight series. And for a moment, I was like, oh, I wanted it because it was Twilight. And me personally, I loved the movies and I didn't read the books, but I love the movies and I wanted to own everything. And then I looked at the palette and I thought, and honestly, I have a palette that looks very similar. It's 4 years old at this point, but eyeshadow, I don't think, has the same kind of shelf life as, let's say, foundation or, cream products or things like that. Mascara, I think it can be used until it's gone, pretty much. So, that's such a pretty color. Okay. Sorry. got a little bit distracted. I'm going to use my color switch. Brush that all off. And then I'm just going to blend over the top of them. I don't necessarily like the mix between the two, so I'm going to put I think I'm going to use this color right here, which is called Ice Cold, which is just to blend between the two. Anyway, so this year I'm not buying as much makeup, which Fantasy Cosmetica, which I don't know if you know, but some of the perfumes that are up there are from Fantasy Cosmetica, and I love their brand. However, I just don't have the money to purchase everything from them. Now, Fantasy Cosmetica just came out with a new palette. It's called the Monk palette. And it has yellows and oranges and browns in it, and it's so pretty. And I really, really want it. However, I sat down yesterday and I was looking at my palettes. I was thinking about going through and like showing you all the palettes that have greens in them and all the palettes that have yellows in them and all the palettes that have, different colors in them. However, then I thought about the fact that, I'll just use the palettes that I have, which obviously this one has greens in it, which is, yeah. primer. I opened up a new one. I had this one in a different pile that I didn't realize that I had when I did my declutters. This is the Pretty Fresh hydrating hyaluronic acid primer. I forgot I had this. So we're using it. Oh, it feels good. Feels very hydrating. But as much as I want everything Fantasy Cosmetica or everything from ColourPop and Twilight, those are things that are interesting to me right now, I'm not buying them. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to use a different foundation today. I know I've only been using the Tear, but since I'm using a primer, I'm going to use the L'Oreal True Match, and this is in N2. I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure that's probably way too much, but way too much. It does oxidize down, so I know it looks like it's way too, but once I get it all blended in, it'll be fine. It will be fine. I mean, I know it looks really pale right now, but we're going to trust the process, right? So I'm using the stuff that I have is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm going to use what I have. The Monk palette, like I said, is all yellows and oranges and golds, and I have a Melt Cosmetic called the Rustic palette, and it looks very similar. It does not have the exact same colors, obviously, but it's a very similar color story. And I have other multi-chromes, golds. I have other things that I can use where, so I don't need it. I want it because of what it is. However, I don't need it. Okay. This is a new one. This I got through either the Allure Beauty Box or the Ice Cream Beauty Box. I can't remember. You could buy this on the side. I think it was Ice Cream. It was a Charlotte Tilbury. I've never owned anything from her that I can remember. So this is new. I'm going to use, this is a Singe FO8. Look at how cute that is. It's meant to be like a under eye powder brush, but I use a poof for that. So I want to use this brush and see how it works. Now, like I said, this is supposed to be for something else, but this is what I'm using it for, at least right now. So anyway, my friend Dana will be up this week to come to help take care of me. My husband is still not working because he broke his kneecap and he really needs to do physical therapy. but he won't. He's working on it, he says. But there we go. I always tend to put too much on, and then when I'm not in my lights, because I have two bright lights and I have my mirror, I look like I put on way too much bronzer. So, and this is a cream bronzer in the shade 2 medium, which helps to bring back color from that foundation that looked like I was way too light. And I'm going to use another cream product. This is from Melt. This is Honey Thief. And it's a cream. So I'm going to take my cream blush brush and put this on. I know this video is going to be super long too, but it's a get ready with me. And I'm showing you that I'm actually using all of my makeup that I have, because that's why I have makeup. I don't necessarily need to go and have the latest, greatest. You hear snoring, it's Grogu. I don't need to have the latest and greatest of everything that everybody else is having. Would I like it all? Of course I would. You know, I'm a girl. My little poof. But I'm going to try this year to have some restraint. Now, with all of that being said, I did make a ColourPop purchase. I did buy one of the New Moon products. It's a lip kit. I wanted both of the lip kits, but one of them was sold out, so I didn't get that one. But I didn't buy the palette, is what I'm saying. Sorry, I washed it and now it's not soft. There we go. So I did buy some New Moon products, but I didn't buy all of them. I think I bought it was the Valturi set. If you know anything about the ColourPop and New Moon, I will show you when I get it. But there was a 2 lip kits and then there was a lip gloss, and I bought one of the lip kits and the gloss. I also bought another lip product because this year I'm going to use my lip products. That's one of the things that I said I'm really going to concentrate hard on getting my lips on track this year. I did get into this. I'm pretty sure I said this in my last Get Ready With Me. I love this powder. I really, really do. It has been a really good powder. This is from Glamlight. This is their translucent. Look, it's very. This is their translucent baked Let me, this is what it looks like. Bacon Set Translucent Powder. It comes in a little like bakery bag, which there was a makeup brand that did that for a while, but they went out of business. So COVID happened to them, I believe. But I love the way this powder sets on my skin. It's just, it's so nice. And I'm going to take my fluffy brush because I love my fluffy brush and just buff over the top of everything. Alrighty. See, I washed it. And I know I have cream on, but I'm going to use, I did have this and I forgot that I had this, but I wanted to use a different bronzer than what I had been. That's why I used that one. But this is Forever Sunkissed by e.l.f. Which is a very light bronzer, but I love it. So I'm just going to go over that just a smidge, because that powder tend to wipe it out, and I just like to have a little bit. I'm extra. I'm just extra. We'll just put it that way. And I just wanted a little. And because I'm me, I'm going to use the Milani Spiced Rose. It used to look like a rose. It still sort of looks like a rose, but no, I don't want that big of a brush. I'm going to use this Melt and Mariposa brush. And blush up my face. So the cream product will be it'll stay there longer. The powder product just sets it and makes it look better, in my opinion. Now, I know I look crazy right now. However, put that back. Take a sponge and you pop it in. I do tend to go a little bit hog wild on the blushes. It's my thing. I like to have a flush to my cheeks. Now it looks like it's really red, or orange actually, but it's not, in person it's not as, I'm going over it with my poof a little bit, it's not as orangey in person. It's just not. It just looks like it on camera because I have these lights on me. I'm not going to have these lights on me all day long. So, and I promised myself, besides just the lips, moving my mirror closer, I'm going to use my eyeliners. Now, this is from the Twilight. This is Forever, which is a green color, which is going to look black. but it's an emerald green color. But I promised myself I'm going to use these because I don't want them. I spent money on them and I don't want them to dry up and me not use them. That's the whole point of having makeup, is to use it. Right? Right. So this is me using the stuff that I have. You know, I was going to put a little bit of this on, but I really just like the way the eyes are looking right now. One eye always looks better than the other to me. Like this eye looks, it's got that nice thin line, and this one's a little bit thicker. Always. Always the case. Alrighty. I had everything else pretty much picked out except for my highlighter. And since I'm using everything else Twilight, I might as well. I have both the Twilight, and I'm going to use the one that is Vampire Skin, which everybody thought should have been named Skin of a Killer. But they were not able to use that name. And because I'm using a Super Shock, I was going to use my Wayne Goss. However, Super Shocks generally go on better if you use your fingers. They blend better, they look better, they show up more, however you want to put it. It's better to use your finger with a Super Shock. And now I have this little tiny section where I have all my little brushes that I use for my inner corner. So I am, however, going to go click off for a moment, and I'm going to do my mascara and put my hair down, and then we will come back and do lips. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I used my Melt Supernatural. Love this. I need to get a new one. That's my mascara that I use in black. Go back up there. And then I used my Kaleidos pencil, and the writing's way too small, but it's the blue-green one. I use that in my waterline. Now I'm going to use, this is a Glam Light pencil. Now the lipstick I'm going to use is not this color. However, it will mix together and hopefully be the color that I want it to be. This is Hallows Eve by Lunar Beauty, and I wanted something a little orange to go with my cheeks. I know, it's bright. But when I step back and I'm not so close, I actually think it looks pretty nice. I like darker lips. That's my personal preference, not everybody's preference, but this is what I'm going to go out into the world today. Oh, I did use, like I said, this is my favorite. I love the Kayali invite only. Yeah, this is my favorite. It just smells so good. Love the way this smells. Out of all of my perfumes right now, that's my favorite. I love the Fairy Dust by Paris Hilton. That's been my favorite for years. This is invite only is over the top right now. It's my absolute favorite. Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, who's better than you? Nobody. Have a great day.